All right, man. Detroit Pistons got their first win. I didn't watch all their games so far. Yeah, I didn't watch all their games so far. Give me a minute. Yeah, I didn't watch all their games so far, man. Went to the Boston game. I might go to the Knicks game Friday night. Depends on how I'm feeling. But yeah, I didn't watch the majority of their games. Yep, I didn't watch them. And uh um yeah, I didn't watch them. And they did good last night. Obviously they didn't have Paul George or Joel Embiid, and most of the attention was in Cleveland last night with LeBron and Bronny going to Cleveland and getting popped by the Cavs. Some attention went to the World Series. I don't think anybody, millennials and whatever these new Gen Xers, whether they Gen Xers, whatever they call it, I don't think anybody really care about I don't think anybody cares about baseball these days. When the Tigers was in it was a local phrase, but baseball is a sport that never really kept up with the times. It's fun to play. It definitely is. Back in the day, it was fun to listen to on the radio. It's one of the better sports to listen to on the radio. But today, it's horrible to watch. It's just nothing fun about baseball. And the old wrinkled people that's running baseball refuse to modernize it. They're taking steps there. But yeah, we got the win yesterday. It was fairly comfortable. Pistons really didn't have no problems with handling them. They kind of made some comebacks. Kind of when K went to the bench in the first half, K came back in. They got a lead, and for the most part, it was a good game, revenge game for Tobias Harris. JB Bickerstaff got his first win, and looking at it, I mean, in reality, watching the majority of these games, I don't know why they ain't got the schedule. They you can make a case they should have won all these games. The Indiana game, that was winnable. They was leading the whole game. The Cleveland game probably been the one that wasn't, but they whooping everybody ass. Boston game, they came all the way back. That was winnable. The Miami game was winnable. I didn't know they had 4 losses. Damn, but they got to win. And it don't look like they too far out they league. When you put a bunch of new players together, and then you got to understand they hit the reset button on Jaden Ivey and Kay Cunningham. When Monty came in, he set that relationship back. So last year, you didn't get an opportunity for the first time in their careers for them to start and really play with each other. Now they get some type of synergy, and they lead the NBA in paint points. They both averaging over 20. So as that relationship gets to grow and they get to figure out how to play with each other and continue to defend, they can find a way to defend at a high level, then, I think that's going to make a lot of sense for them. I think that's going to make a tremendous amount of sense for them. But for the most part last night, it was just about, K getting it going early, Ivy getting out in transition, dunking it and getting to the rim, finishing it, getting his rebound, finishing it. Tim Hardaway, he was a marksman last night coming off screens. I like how they drawing up plays. And side note, I was watching I think I was watching the 76ers broadcast, right? I was watching the 76ers broadcast, and they was kind of saying, and Mark Jackson was kind of on a halftime show. Yeah, the legendary Nick, or legendary New Yorker, former Nick too. And they were saying on the broadcast how Nick Nurse don't really run plays. They just go with the flow, and I don't like that. You need to run plays. You need to run plays. So I think you should run plays, but the Pistons running plays, they coming off screens, they catching and shooting, they getting down, they attacking, they running some type of offense. they running some type of offense. So that I like to see that they they moving the ball, they cutting, and not necessarily that a guy like Malik Beasley shot the ball well last night, but Tim Hardaway Jr. did. You know, he shot the ball well last night. So, the veterans playing dividends. And for the most part, Tyrese Maxey gave them all they can handle. But without having, Joel Embiid and Paul George and, Philadelphia, look here, man. If you notice, Joel Embiid, he does all this load management and he does all these load management things and all that type of stuff. And, at the end of the day, he still be injured he's still injured for the playoffs. He's still injured for the playoffs. So, yeah, you still injured on the play for the playoffs. So that's my thing about it. So, Philadelphia, they got us just as good a chance as the Pistons making a championship. They don't. You can't build a house on styrofoam. So a lot of them dudes ain't gonna never be healthy over there. And I think a lot of people understand that at this point that that just ain't gonna be the case. They ain't gonna be healthy. But continuing to carry on, the Pistons got out in transition. They ran yesterday. They did their thing. So, they defended, and then you just still pretty much got a problem with Jalen Duren. I think kind of looking at Jalen Duren, you kind of just want to wash your hands with him. And to me, that's unfortunate. It's just whatever it is with him going on, he just don't seem engaged. And he young, you kind of want to wait on him, but then you kind of thinking like, yeah, they could have pulled the trigger. They could have pulled the trigger on they could have pulled the trigger, and happy Halloween, y'all. They could have just pulled the trigger on that trade with Karl Anthony Towns. They could have went to get Towns, because whatever it is with him, man, he just don't look engaged. Look at last night, 0 points, no field goal attempts, missed free throws, 6 rebounds. He has 6 personal fouls. So you just out there fouling, motherfucker. You got 6 personal fouls in 11 minutes, like. And Isaiah Stewart was 11 for 7. I mean, he was playing Drummond too. Everybody know Drummond in the neighborhood bust down. I think, man, for them, it may be some time to kind of figure out with Jalen Duren and try to see, can they help him some other way? I don't know. Play Paul Reed a little bit more. And obviously, Maxey carried them. It really wasn't nothing else outside of that. So it was a good game. First win. They put it together. I know they didn't have their 2 stars, but we could take it how we get them. So, first win came on the road. I think they back Friday versus the Knicks. They may be back before then. I don't know why the schedule like that there. Like, why they got the schedule in January is crazy. So yeah, they back Friday at the Little Caesars versus the Knicks. Then Sunday at Brooklyn. So, and Monday they play the Lakers. So appreciate y'all. Check out Detroit Pistons post-game reaction playlist. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Peace.